Valley Talk on News Talk 1580 KGAL.
And hello, how are you doing today? I'm Dave Adams. This is Valley Talk, and we have got a full slate. We got some fun stuff today. We're going to be having a jack-o'-lantern pizza in the studio here today in just a little bit. We'll be talking about that. So really looking forward to that. Kind of hungry this morning. Hey, it's Monday. Glad you were with us today. You are with us. We're going to be talking about gas prices. The good news here is that gas prices are going down. Marie Dodds with Oregon AAA is on the phone line. We're going to talk to her in just a moment. Second part of the show, we're going to talk to Jeff Manning of the Oregon Department of Justice about some scams that are out there that you need to be aware of that are targeting senior citizens, and also some scams out there that are targeting people that are falling into hard times and looking about possible foreclosure issues. And then the third part of the program today, we are going to be talking about jack-o'-lantern pizza. Papa Murphys is in the studios today, and they've got some fun things going up for the Halloween holiday coming up, so look forward to having them as well. Speaking of food, don't forget that Quiznos in Albany is a regular sponsor here at Valley Talk, and if you submit your name to my email address, just send it to dave@kgal.com. Put Quiznos Taste on Us on the subject line. At the end of the show, we'll draw a name out of the hat, and if you win it, then you win a $10 gift certificate from Quiznos in Albany, next to the former Joe's Sporting Goods location, and also next to Weight Watchers and Novak's restaurant. So make sure you get that in before noon today, and we'll draw somebody's name, or you can call us at 541-451-KGAL, 541-451-KGAL. Incidentally, speaking of Novak's restaurant, Matilda and Joseph Novak, we had a chance to talk to those folks the other day. In 1957, they escaped from Hungary during the Hungarian uprising, and they're going to be sharing some of their story. And that's coming up a week from today here on Valley Talk, so be sure to stay tuned for that. A lot coming up, and there's more shows to come that we're going to be talking about, including a face-to-face, let's call it a debate, between the two candidates running for mayor in Lebanon. That's coming up this week, so details of that coming up. Marie, thank you for being with us on Valley Talk.
Hey, Dave, good morning, and I want to stick around for that jack-o'-lantern pizza.
Boy, it looks good. They just brought it in.
Yum.
Yeah. Hey, something else that's yum is gas prices are going down. Tell me about it.
Gas prices are falling, and in fact, in some areas, gas prices are falling like a rock. So finally, some good news for consumers. In the last week, our national average is down 12 cents to $3.67. Oregon statewide average is down 9 cents to $3.98, putting us below the $4 a gallon mark. And in Albany, we also dropped below $4 a gallon. We're down 7 cents for the week, down to $3.98. So, of course, we all know that in the last few weeks we had some supply and distribution issues in California that sent prices skyrocketing not only in California but all along the West Coast. So finally, we are catching up with the rest of the country. Last week, the last couple of weeks, drivers in 44 states were already seeing gas prices go down, while drivers here in Oregon, also in California, Washington, Alaska, Hawaii, and Nevada, we all saw our gas prices shoot up. So finally, we're getting some relief. What
is the winter going to hold in store for us? Any idea?
I think over the next few weeks, barring unforeseen events, I think gas prices are going to fall, and they will continue to go down anywhere from 5 to 15 cents a week on average, depending on where you are. But I think we're going to see some sizable drops in the next few weeks, barring unforeseen events. Now, if we get in another situation, as we saw in California, where we have a refinery go down or we have pipelines go down, that state, as we all know, can certainly impact our supply and prices here on the West Coast. But if we get through the next few weeks with smooth sailing, I think that we'll see some significant drops at the pump.
What do you think that'll do for airline prices? Aviation fuel, does that play into it? Is that in your purview?
You know, it does play into it, but aviation fuel and pricing tends to be way far out. You know, for example, if you're buying an airline ticket for the holidays, chances are you've already purchased that or you will purchase it very soon. So chances are you are going to purchase that ticket before any sizable drops in airline fuel. But certainly any drop in fuel is helpful to the airlines, where they've been, of course, trying to avoid some financial situations that have caused them to have some trouble. So I think that it is good news for all travelers to see gas prices go down, but whether or not you'll see a difference in your airline ticket, probably not.
Well, Marie, it's heartening and very exciting here on Monday morning to talk about gas prices coming down. We've all been hoping and praying for that for quite a while, and it's nice to finally see it happen.
It really is, and it's been a long summer and fall for consumers because it seems every week there's another reason why gas prices have been moving up. So finally we have some reasons that are putting downward pressure on prices. We've got a good supply of gasoline right now. Demand is lower, and that is helping to push those prices lower.
And that's hopefully that will give people some more expendable income, hopefully for the retail Christmas shopping season come up, and that'll be a boon for retailers.
Exactly. And, of course, anytime we see a drop in gasoline prices, it does have a ripple effect. It could boost consumer spending, and we are going into the holiday season. So for a lot of folks, every dollar that they don't have to spend on gasoline is a dollar they have to spend somewhere else.
Okay, good news. Marie Dodds, Oregon AAA, thank you for talking to us today on Valley Talk. We'll keep in touch.
Thanks, Dave. And you have a piece of that pizza for me now.
I will do that. I'll have 2.
Oh, good.
Okay, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Hey, another thing coming up. Tomorrow on Valley Talk, late last week, went to Bend, Oregon. They had something there called the Bend Venture Conference, and that is where investors come to invest in ideas. Companies come to looking for money, and people with money come looking for ideas to invest and get a good return on the investment. One of the reasons I wanted to go over there was talk to the investors. Didn't get a chance to talk to too much of the idea folks, but talk to the investors and see what they're looking for today with the economy like it is. Has this been a game changer for them? What are they thinking about? What do they foresee into the future? And what are they looking at to invest in companies today? And some answers I expected, and we'll be having that conversation with those folks that we visited late last week at the Bend Venture Conference. That's coming up on Valley Talk tomorrow. In just a moment, we'll be talking to Jeff Manning of the Oregon Department of Justice about senior scams, foreclosure claims, foreclosure. You'd think I'm starting to eat the pizza already. Foreclosure scams. That's coming up next on Valley Talk. Don't go away.
The Willamette Master Chorus presents the 2012-2013 season. There will be 6 performances of 3 different concerts. The season will highlight the theme, The French Connection, with music from France, as the chorus prepares for a concert tour in France during the summer of 2013. The Veterans Weekend Concert in Remembrance will feature Duraflay's Requiem, with additional music celebrating and honoring veterans and their families. Next up will be the festive holiday concert, Christmas Mass and Carols from France, with special guest performers. Then in February, the chorus is joined by several outstanding guest soloists. The Willamette Master Chorus is the Mid-Valley's premier choral ensemble, bringing you the finest in choral master works. As a season ticket holder, you receive a 10 to 15% discount. Pick up a brochure at Keith Sandberg's State Farm Insurance in downtown Albany, or the Willamette University Music Office, or link to their website from KGAL.com or KShow.net. The Willamette Master Chorus, under the direction of Dr. Paul Clemmy.
Check, please.
Here you go.
$51,000? You kidding me? I just ordered a sandwich.
$51,000. That's how much every person in our country owes on our national debt. Peter DeFazio believes we have to stop mortgaging the future of our children and grandchildren. That's why for years, Peter's been fighting to pass a bipartisan balanced budget amendment.
This is Peter DeFazio. Congress needs to make the tough decisions, but the Ryan budget that cuts Medicare, education, transportation, that's the wrong approach. We can reduce the debt, balance the budget by reining in federal spending, closing wasteful tax loopholes, and holding corporations and the wealthiest accountable for paying their fair share. I'm Peter DeFazio, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message because a $51,000 tab is the last thing we should be leaving for our children and grandchildren.
Paid for by DeFazio for Congress.
We're kicking off the season with the best deals of the year. It's the Built Ford Tough Truck event. Time to get the most for your money with Ford F-Series. Great power and amazing fuel economy means no compromises. And that's what you get in a truck built Ford Tough. Like Ford F-150. With a powerful and efficient EcoBoost engine, you get the power you want and the economy you need. Or Ford Super Duty with its amazing 6.7-liter Power Stroke turbo diesel. Super Duty's got everything you need to get the job done, and then some. So if you're looking for power, payload, towing, and economy, your local Ford store has got the truck that's right for you. And with Built Ford Tough Truck Event deals, there's never been a better time to buy. We're talking big-time savings on a huge selection of America's best-selling trucks. If you're ready for a great deal on a new Ford F-150 or looking to get to work in a new Ford Super Duty, this is your chance to save. So don't miss the Built Ford Tough Truck Event going on now at your local Ford store.
Hear the truth and only the truth from your cultural crusader, Michael Medved, on News Talk 1580 KGAL.
I'm Dave Adams, Valley Talk on a Monday. A little bit of rain outside, but that'll just make the grass green. And welcome to the show. Glad to have you with us today. Don't forget to sign up for Quiznos Taste on Us. Send me an email, dave@kgal.com, or call the station, 541-451-KGAL, 541-926-8683. Say you want to be put into the drawing for the Quiznos Taste on Us. At the end of the show, we'll draw a name out of the hat. Again, my email address is dave@kgal.com. Don't forget, tomorrow we're going to be talking about the Bend Venture Conference, what's going on there, what investors are looking at when they are investing in companies today. And Wednesday, we're going to have the two candidates for Lebanon mayor, both in the studio here at the same time. Looking forward to that here on Valley Talk. If the Valley is talking about it, we want to talk about it. One of the things we want to talk about right now is scams going out that are targeting seniors. And we have on the phone live from Salem, Jeff Manning with the Oregon Department of Justice, a spokesperson for DOJ. Jeff, thank you for being with us on Valley Talk today.
My pleasure, Dave.
So what's going on out there? There's a lot of people facing very difficult financial issues right now. There's some game changers, issues of foreclosure. We'll talk about that in a minute. But there's some people out there trying to steal your money, aren't there? What's going on right now for scams for seniors?
You know, it was Andy Grove, the former CEO of Intel, who wrote the book entitled "You're Not Really Paranoid If They Really Are Out to Get You," and you should be a little bit paranoid because there are plenty of people out there out to get you, or at least out to get your wallet. And one of the things that concerns me is there's so many game changers out there right now with the economy that's changed so much. The foreclosure issue has changed the rules a lot and still changing it on how banks deal with lenders and marketing of loans and packaging and your loan modifications and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of confusion out there, and that would seem to me to be a harvest field for fraud. Well, you know, you raise a good point. Even in the most staid industry that there might be banking, there have been so many huge changes, in part because of technology, that as you phrase it, it's a game changer. It really changed the financial industry when they started slicing and dicing our home loans into little financial instruments and selling them to institutional investors all over the country, all over the world. It was a great deal for Wall Street while it lasted. They were able to make billions of dollars in fees as the middleman, but then there were all sorts of abuses in that system, and it became a huge nightmare for a lot of people, and that's in part why the foreclosure issue is sort of languishing and not going away, is that it is so difficult to deal with these foreclosures because you have to deal with these investors all over the world who are fractional owners in your mortgage in Lynn County, Oregon, and it just makes it really cumbersome.
Let's talk about seniors first. What are some scams out there right now targeting seniors?
Well, the biggie, they're all over the map. Here at the Department of Justice, we get some of these complaints are, we call them evergreen complaints, car repair, health industry, collections agencies, and you said it, you mentioned it, home ownership issues, foreclosure, and financial services. But at the top of the list, and it seems to be bigger and badder than ever, is telemarketers and these robocalls. They are technological progress, quote unquote, has made these calls really cheap, and it is a global network of scammers out there that are sending out millions of robocalls, automated, fast, and they're not in it to help you.
Sure. Do you have some examples about some of the things they're saying? What are they typically saying when they call up and try to scam a senior?
Well, yeah, there are definitely, everybody's got a call from Rachel from Card Services. Rachel badly wants to help you out, lower the interest rate on your credit cards. The minute you hear from Rachel, just know that it's a scam and hang up. Our investigators advise that you go a step further. Get yourself on the do not call list and get yourself call waiting. And if you don't recognize that number, don't answer. It's that simple. These calls are so pervasive now that it is a wise move to take those preemptive steps against them. Now, if you do happen to pick up the phone, don't talk to anybody. And the minute you hear that it's an automated call, just hang up and don't enter your number. Don't give them your phone number. Don't hit number 2 to get your number removed from the mailing list, because that just lets them know that, hey, this is a live call with a live person. Let's double team them.
One of the things that just really bugs me, I don't know if it bugs you, but to have somebody call you and have it be a robotic call or an automated call, and they call me and put me on hold. What's up with that? That is, to me, that is very rude.
Well, it's much worse than rude when they actually are stealing your money. Mm-hmm. Some of the other specifics, we've all gotten calls from Rachel from Card Services. There's also a new breed of scammer out there. They're selling internet-based businesses. They will offer these sort of middleman companies. They will offer to set you up a website, and all you have to do is sit back and relax and watch the cash start flowing in. And of course, it never works that way. And the minute that you express any interest whatsoever, then they will sell you something for $500. They'll sell you the website. The website goes up, and nothing happens. So then someone else calls you and says, you know what? You didn't get the contact list. That's why your website's not generating cash. And so they will get you even more money out of you.
Really?
Yeah. Early in September, we put together a little dog and pony show here with the Attorney General, Ellen Rosenblum, returning a $13,000 check to an elderly Salem man by the name of Irv Ratzlaff, who had invested $84,000 in these internet home businesses, and once they got his name, they wouldn't let up. And our investigators managed to get $32,000 of his back, and that $13,000 was part of that $32,000. But generally, these do not end well. These businesses fold overnight and open the next day under a new name, and so they're really elusive. It is just a real difficult thing. I mean, this is a really vulnerable population, and these new breed of telemarketers, they're very good at playing these people and preying upon their vulnerability.
So what are tips that seniors need to look out for? Watch out for the automated calls. That's number one.
And like I say, once you get one, just hang up and don't play ball at all, because all you can do is get yourself in deeper.
I would think anybody approaching you on the phone that you have not called, asking to talk to you and sell you, especially when they're asking you to give them money, should be a warning sign.
It's definitely a warning sign. I think that you can't be too cautious these days. The other advice that we give people is to get on the do not call list, and I'm going to give you a phone number here. It's a toll-free call. Call 888-382-1222 to get yourself on that list, or you can go to a website, www.donotcall.gov. Of course, the ultimate irony, some scammers are now calling people, offering to put them on the do not call list for a fee, and so I mean, they don't miss a trick. The other thing you might want to do is, if you have a problem, is call your phone provider and ask them to block the number. And the last thing you should do, if anybody comes across any case of elder abuse or suspected elder abuse, call the authorities, call the police, call social services, call the Oregon Department of Justice. We're at 503-378-4400, and we want to know.
Have you noticed an increase in those calls?
Well,
because of the economic situation and more scammers out there.
I think that the number of calls about telemarketing has increased. I think that and the number of calls about foreclosure-related scams has increased. And those, we think the first has to do with technology. There's just a lot more out there, a lot more calls being placed. The second is definitely economy-related. That there's just a lot of people.
Sure.
Who sort of are in harm's way because of their situation with their home and their inability to pay their mortgage.
Let's talk about foreclosures.
Sure.
Things have changed so much that there have been times there that every time you woke up in the morning and listened to the news, watched the news, read the news, the programs were changing. And in the past, if something sounded a little sketchy, you would, dismiss it out of hand. But now things are changing so much that you don't know if this is legit or not when people call you on a foreclosure scam. And I would think that this would just be an absolute boon for scam artists because they can just dream up anything. And with the game changing so much, who knows whether or not that they're actually, it's actually correct or not. So what should we look out for when we are looking out for foreclosure scams?
Well, it is really difficult to get a loan modification. It is really frustrating to deal with these loan servicers. I have talked to so many people, so many homeowners struggling to stay in their home, who give the same litany of frustration in dealing with their servicer. So you're right. It makes them very vulnerable to want to reach out to anybody who can work with the bank and make that loan, get the changes in the mortgage deal. And there are scammers out there that are offering just those services, and so you have to be really careful. When Oregon and a bunch of other states settled with the big five mortgage servicers, this is the $25 billion national mortgage settlement. We made a point of saying you don't need. You can possibly get a loan modification out of this. You can possibly get a small check out of this if you got foreclosed upon by one of these big five. You don't need the help of any outside service provider to make this happen. You can do this yourself by dealing with the banks. Our advice at the Department of Justice is do not use those services. It may not end well at all.
Okay. Do you have a number for people that can call you if they've got a call and they're thinking, this sounds a little sketchy. There are things changing in my home loan situation, but this just sounded a little weird. Do you have a number of people can call?
I've got our phone number here is 503-378-4400. There's also the Oregon Department of Housing and Community Services, in conjunction with the Justice Department, has put up a website aimed specifically at people dealing with foreclosure issues. It's called www.oregonhomeownersupport.gov. And it should, hopefully will steer you to the right place and to the right advice. It is a really difficult place to be right now, and we keep on waiting and hoping and praying that the foreclosure issue is going to go away, but I'm afraid it's not going to for a couple of years.
Yeah, it's going to be around for a while. So, Jeff, as other situations come up, as other scams come up, if you could let us know and we can bring you back on the show, we'd appreciate it.
Anytime, Dave.
Okay. You have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Hey, Valley Talk will continue in just a moment. We videotape Valley Talk, and if you watch the video online, what you're seeing here is a picture of a jack-o'-lantern pizza. I know when you're listening on the radio right now, it's kind of hard to see that, but trust me, it's there, and it smells delicious. One of the cool things about the internet is we can do what we call radio with pictures. And so just go to our website. You can see this beautiful jack-o'-lantern pizza that we are going to imbibe in just a minute. I wish you were here to enjoy it with us. So we are going to be talking to some folks here from Papa Murphys. And we'll continue and have lunch maybe a little bit early. Is that okay? That's okay. All right. Valley Talk will be back in just a moment.
The Osgood File, sponsored in part by Stamps.com. Save time, trouble, and money by buying and printing official U.S. postage with your own computer and printer. In a moment, a special offer just for you. This is Charles Osgood. The prestigious and influential Institute of Medicine, part of the National Academy of Sciences, came out recently with a damning report that accuses our healthcare system in this country of violating the Hippocratic Oath by doing harm and of outrageous waste and unnecessary risk.
We have waste and harm and risk in the health system to a total of somewhere around 20 to 30% of a $2.8 trillion economy.
That's Helen Darling, one of the panelists who put out the report. That works out to $750 billion a year, roughly 30 cents out of every medical dollar spent down the toilet. More after this. If you run a small business, I know your hours aren't just the traditional 9 to 5. So the limited hours of the post office can be frustrating. What you need is postage on demand. That's why I turned to Stamps.com. And so should you. Buy and print official U.S. postage right from your own desk with your own computer and printer. Get everything from stamps to shipping labels the instant you need them 24/7. Then just hand your mail to the mailman. You don't need an expensive postage meter anymore, and you'll never have to go to the post office again. I've used Stamps.com in my office for years now, and I get so much more done now than I ever did without it. Right now, Stamps.com has a special offer since you listen to the Osgood File. It's a no-risk trial plus a $110 bonus that includes a digital scale and up to $55 in free postage. Just go to Stamps.com, and first thing you do, click on the radio microphone at the top of the home page and type in my last name, Osgood, O-S-G-O-O-D. That's Stamps.com, and enter Osgood. The presidential candidates are accusing each other of trying to slash Medicare and put seniors at risk. But this recent finding by the Institute of Medicine says, in fact, they're both wrong.
So we don't have to have blunt cuts that people feel are takeaways of something valuable, but rather we would eliminate those things that do not add any value.
Eliminating those wouldn't make the system worse, says panelist Helen Darling. On the contrary, it would make it better.
In fact, reduce waste and harm and risk in the health system.
The report says, quote, if banking worked like healthcare, ATM transactions would take days. If home building were like healthcare, carpenters, electricians, and plumbers would work from different blueprints and hardly talk to each other. And if shopping were like healthcare, prices would not be posted and could vary vastly within the same store, depending on who was paying.
The challenge in the U.S. healthcare system is so big and it's so complicated. In every domain, there's going to be something that could be improved pretty dramatically and yield considerable savings.
The Osgood File. This is Charles Osgood on the CBS Radio Network.
When you look out across Willamette Valley, you'll see plenty of banking choices. But we're here to give you an option that's pretty unique, like no other in fact. Hi, I'm Dave Wood, President and CEO of Willamette Community Bank. We provide an alternative to large national and regional banks by offering customized financial services and local decision-making to benefit local people, local families, and local businesses. How many banks can say that? Willamette Community Bank, service like no other, we promise. Member FDIC.
Are your teeth loose from gum disease? Are you headed for dentures? Did you know inflammation of infected gums could contribute to diabetes and heart disease? Now there's great news from Dr. Dennis Clark. Dr. Clark's skillful use of laser periodontal therapy will dramatically help hundreds of Mid-Valley patients. Bleeding gums heal, loose teeth tighten, the bone even grows back. Results that amaze Candy Lugo of Lebanon.
I had a problem with my two front teeth. I had a really bad cavity in the front. It was really bad. I was really embarrassed to smile and came in and he said, we can fix you. You can change your whole world around. You did it for me. You do it for anybody.
Simply put, gently applied laser light removes bacteria and diseased tissue, which means less inflammation and a fast, comfortable return to firmer teeth and a normal routine. For a free consultation about the no-cut, no-sew, no-fear solution for gum disease, call the laser dentist. Dr. Dennis Clark in Lebanon at 451-1440. That's 451-1440.
Your voice of reason in the West is Hugh Hewitt. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Smart Talk 1580.
KGAL Valley Talk, and I always love it around the family dinner table where you can gather around a slice of pizza. And that's what we're doing today, and we want to welcome Beth Hamlin in the studios. Beth, thank you for being with us on Valley Talk.
Well, thank you for having me.
And she's with Papa Murphys, and also we have your daughter and son-in-law that
That's right.
You're joining the business, and Stephen, Melhorn, and Britt, and you've just been married. And speak up to the microphone there.
Yes, we have.
There you go. When were you married?
October 6th.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Had any fights yet?
No.
No, good. Good. It's still on the honeymoon. You like pizza?
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to be hopefully taking over the business at some point and being pizza connoisseurs for the Mid-Willamette Valley. Where is Papa Murphy's located? On Pacific Boulevard?
It's on 9th Avenue, intersection of 9th and Hill Street.
Okay. So talk to me about the Jack-o'-lantern pizza. We've taken a look at it in the video you can see on our website, but it smells really good. What's going on with
the Jack-o'-lantern pizza? We've been doing this lose track of time, probably about 8 years. And I don't know of anybody else in town who offers a Jack-o'-lantern shaped pizza. And customers can come in and pick it up, a large for $7. And we will start selling this on Friday the 26th all the way through Halloween on the 31st.
Are these real popular?
Yes. We sell quite a few. Probably half our pizzas made that day at least will be in this shape on Halloween.
Now tell me a little bit about yourself. It's kind of interesting. I was reading some talking points here about the program. You and your husband started out farming, and then you moved into the pizza business.
We did. We wanted something of our own other than being in business with our family in the farming business, and saw an article in the Sunday Oregonian about Papa Aldo's. And we drove up to Portland and took a look at it. And my husband thought the pizza business would be a great business to be in. So we got interested and did it.
So, and how long have you been doing pizza now?
It's 30 years. We're entering our 30th year. Long time.
Long time.
When we got involved, Figaro's was around, but we still had to explain what take and bake was to customers. You'd say, they'd come in and expect a cooked pizza.
Yeah.
So, we were, in the beginning, it was educating the customer.
Have customers really taken to that? I know when I was in Ontario, Oregon, when Take and Bake first came out, and I thought that was strange. You always get the pizza cooked.
Yes.
So...
Well, it's a convenience.
Yeah.
The idea is that you can come in at noon and pick up your pizza when you're out and about doing errands, and then take it home, put it in your refrigerator, and in about an hour before you want your dinner, take it out, set it on your counter, let it warm up a little bit, and cook it at your convenience, and you have a hot, nice pizza, and your house smells wonderful.
One thing I love about pizza is you can eat it for every meal. I love cold pizza for breakfast. What about you, Mike? Mike Mason in the studio with us.
Papa Murphy's has always traditionally been my favorite. The ingredients is to die for, and pizza have been very good to me. Chicago pizza is the ultimate favorite. It's really a couple of layers, and it's got everything in it. And I take it home and cook it when you want to cook it. Somebody's coming over you can put it in. It's done in less than 12, 13 minutes. For the thick crust, a little longer than that, almost 20. And it's just, I had it for dinner. I had it for breakfast. I brought it in for lunch. I looked in there, and there's a couple of pieces left for dinner the next day. And this is 2 people. And and it's so good. Papa Murphy's, the ingredients they use there, and they have such a variety of just delicious pizzas. So if you don't just get a pizza that's already cooked, it's not going to be sitting around. You can cook it fresh, and they've got all sorts of fun things that they do. Like, let's see, Mark and Beth own the store, and apparently they're Britt and Stephen, the newlyweds, are running the shop, and they have mini Murphs. We need to talk about too.
What's a mini Murph?
It's a family involved for the kids can make their own pizza.
Okay, Stephen and Britt Melhorn, what's a mini Murph?
Our mini Murph is a make and take pizza kit for kids. It comes in a box, and it's a 7-inch pizza that comes with sauce and cheese on the side.
You'll need to get a little closer to the mic.
Sauce and cheese on the side, or pepperoni, so the kids can take it home and make their own pizza. And it even comes with a little temporary tattoo of a little pizza chef.
Okay, so why are you guys getting into the pizza business? You're newlyweds, you could go to the Caribbean or whatever, but pizza is what you're going to be doing. Why did you decide to do that?
Well, I went to school for business, and this is my family's business, so I have attachment with it, and hopefully making it successful in the future. And Stephen,
I think they're just making a lot of dough.
I knew we were going to regret bringing Mike in here. Beth, how do you feel about, this is a cool thing for a business owner to be able to do, is to be able to groom your children to take over your business, so that when, you're no longer here, which obviously we hope you're here for decades to come, but that the business is going to continue.
Oh, it's very gratifying. We started the business out I remember one day we took in $99, our lowest point ever, and have grown our business so much. And for Britt and Stephen has his degree in chemistry and was going to be going to college for his PhD in chemistry, and kind of did a swerve, and we're thrilled to have him on board as well. It's a wonderful mix he brings to our business, the two of them running it, and it is our customer service has been great since they've joined us, and the employees have enjoyed working with them as well.
So are we expecting any unusual flavors coming out of you?
I'm going to certainly try. Yeah.
Okay. You got to bring your chemistry degree to the table here, so to speak. There you go, Mike. Got one on you. And, hey, see what we can come up with.
Yeah, no, I'm going to certainly try. We always have to pass it by corporate a little bit, but we're definitely going to try and... I think our goal is to get a pizza on the menu, a corporate-approved pizza that we kind of came up with ourselves. And
okay, talk a little bit closer to the mic.
Yeah, Beth's brother actually came up with a cowboy pizza, which is probably our best seller. So we're going to hopefully outdo that one day.
Really? He came up with that?
Yeah.
Wow, that is good. That's delicious.
I think it was called the Rebel's Revenge first, and then he put the urban cheese blend on it and called it the Cowboy.
Yeah.
So what do you two think about, you coming in and being groomed to take over mom and dad's business? What are your thoughts about that? That's kind of cool, I think.
I like it. They've done a great job with it. They kind of took it from the ground up. They were innovators in the take and bake industry, and I think just kind of following in those footsteps is really great. The store is really successful. We're number 3 now, I think, in the company.
Wow.
And it's just it's fantastic to be in a store that's busy, and just be able to be there every day, and just hopefully grow even more.
Any new ideas? You going to be doing pizzas on roller skates or anything, or what's going on?
I think we like focusing on the actual pieces themselves instead of the flashy show.
Okay.
Everybody can do that, but not everybody can make a great pizza.
Traditionally passing the family business on down the line. I mean, it doesn't get any more American than that. What's interesting about their shop, the Papa Murphy shop, is you can sit there and watch them put your pizza together. And they build it, and you can watch them do that, and then get to know the folks that are doing it. And everybody's very amiable and gregarious at Papa Murphy's. So you become part of the family. They know once you walk in and you've been there, they know you by name, and I'll have my same order. Okay, so you can call in and have it ready. It's just a wonderful organization.
Jeff's Pizza, or Steve's Pizza, or Mark's Pizza, or Mike's Pizza, Dave's Pizza.
There you go. Hey. Everybody's got a name.
Let's talk to Beth. Beth, why did you decide to put it in Albany instead of Corvallis? It's kind of an interesting story there.
Yeah, it is. We had the option of Corvallis or Albany, and there was a Figaro's in each town. And my husband came up with the idea that I would sit outside one store and he'd sit outside the other store, Albany or Corvallis, and we'd count the number of pizzas leaving on a Friday night. And so we'd meet back at the house and find out what our results were. And it was very obvious that the Albany Papa Murphy's was selling far more pizzas than the Corvallis store. And my husband said, that's where we're putting it. I go, really? And that's how we ended up with it in Albany. And it's been the right decision for us.
Interesting research there, market research. Let's just go count the pizzas that go out the door.
Yeah. How many people are going in and out?
So I'm going to, forgive me, I'll just give you some heads-up warning here that we're about ready to tell a joke here at the expense of the folks in Corvallis. So it appears that people in Albany have better taste than the people in Corvallis.
I would say so.
I gave you warning.
They're hungrier?
Pizza is delicious, though.
Well, Albany is a great town to do business in. It truly is.
You've been here for 30 years?
Yes. Yeah.
What if the biggest changes, we talked about take it home and bake it. That's one of the biggest changes. What's changed in the pizza biz in the 30 years you've been doing it?
Oh.
As you look over, I know there's a lot of dough that's been going in and out the store through the cash register.
Well, the difference between Papa Aldo's and Papa Murphy's, what changed there, I mean, of course, there was a difference in name and a difference in ownership. But as a Papa Aldo's franchisee, our crust was par-baked, pre-baked. And so it came in frozen and that type of situation. When we became Papa Murphy's, we got mixers and mixed the dough by hand or by mixer, and so it was fresh dough. And that was the quality of our product went up tremendously.
Well, you can certainly tell that because it's like you're eating delicious bread. It's like 2 meals in one. You're eating a pizza pie.
It's fresher. Can you taste the difference? Now, you've eaten a lot of pizza.
Oh, yes. Yeah, oh, definitely. There's a huge difference. You get that aroma of yeast when you're baking it in the oven. It rises. We were able to then bring on calzones, and we weren't with the par-baked by any means. No, the quality is far superior.
What's ahead in the pizza business? I don't want you to share any family secrets or give the competition some heads up, but what's coming up?
Well, generally, I'm not clear about the other franchises, but I think Papa Murphy's is talking about having maybe like a more higher-end product. And I'm not clear on this. I haven't been to the convention that they were talking about this. And then another line that is a little bit less, so that there's a price difference between the top and the bottom, and then keeping our middle line as well. And that's just what I'm here rumbling out there.
That's a great idea. So you could have like a pizza for $5 and just a real basic pizza for people that are very, counting their pennies.
Right.
But people that have some money to spend and want a connoisseur's pizza, like a Mike and a Dave pizza, all in one, then they could go for the high end.
Right.
If they really want to.
Definitely gourmet pizza.
Gourmet pizza. Really want to give the taste buds a treat.
Oh, man.
Speaking of the taste buds a treat, we're going to be doing that here in about 10 minutes.
Slice into this guy, right? This jack-o'-lantern. We're going to cut him up.
Do you want to eat it on the air? Or
it's Halloween. Will he scream? I don't know.
We'll find out.
I don't want to get cheesy here.
There you go. We will eat that probably after we get off the air.
Wow.
So, this is Valley Talk, and we're having fun. We're talking jack-o'-lantern pizza and Papa Murphy's, and we're talking to Beth Hamlin, Steve Milhorn, and Brett, husband and wife of just a few weeks. Yeah, congratulations for that.
They look so happy.
They're still smiling.
Yes, they're staring into each other's eyes with romance and intrigue.
Is there anything you want to say to each other on the air? I mean, this is your opportunity. We're recording this for posterity.
Will you cut my crust or something of that
You're not married to them, Steve or Mike. Anything you want to share? You want to say your vows again?
I think once was enough on that.
Oh, once. Okay. All right. Hey, this is Valley Talk. We're having a lot of fun today. Hang on. We have 10 more minutes to go in the show, and we're going to be talking more about Papa Murphy's in just a moment. Stick around.
Samurai Greenhouse Supply is having Customer Appreciation Day on Saturday the 27th from 10 to 6. The industry's best vendors will be on site talking about their products and how they can help you achieve maximum yields from your indoor garden, including Sunlight Supply, Humboldt Wholesale, BioAg, Smart Pot, Oregon LED Garden Lights, Green Planet, and Aptus Plant Tech. Black Rock Barbecue, and guess the weight of the giant pumpkin at Samurai Greenhouse Supply on Highway 99E in Tangent. Check online at SamuraiGreenhouseSupply.com for more details. Grow your own, it just tastes better.
There's a lifetime of reasons why I went to Awesome DeFore Funeral Home for pre-planning. By making the decisions ahead of time, my family knew what I wanted and didn't have to struggle over what to do or how to pay for it. It was much easier for the advanced planning consultants at Awesome DeFore to guide me through the process than it would be for my loved ones. And I know I can count on Awesome DeFore to make sure things go smoothly when the time comes.
Awesome DeFore Funeral Home on Ellsworth in Albany.
No more boxes in the aisles. No more lack of parking. Plenty more space for bargains. The Lebanon Grocery Depot is moved down the street to a bigger, brighter, and much more convenient store in the former Hollywood Video Building on Santiam Highway. Save lots of money by shopping at the Grocery Depot in Lebanon and Albany because you won't find more bargains anywhere else. Find out for yourself in Albany next to Pizza Amore in the Bi-Mart Shopping Center and on Santiam Highway in the former Hollywood Video Building in Lebanon, the Grocery Depot.
As women, we have real-life examples of how the Oregon legislature's policies and laws impact our families every day. We know what's working and what isn't. I'm Jerry Cuomo, and I'm voting to re-elect Representative Andy Olson because he has reached out and responded to women like you and like me throughout our community. Andy Olson is a husband, dad, and grandpa. He is a public servant who served for 29 years with the Oregon State Police. He works to make our community and our state a better place by taking our examples and ideas and turning them into action. Andy Olson works across party lines, takes on the tough issues, and truly leads. We can make a difference because our vote really counts. I hope you will join me and women throughout our community in voting to re-elect Representative Andy Olson to get Oregon moving forward.
I'm Representative Andy Olson. I would appreciate your vote for my re-election so that together we can get Oregon moving in the right direction.
Paid for and authorized by friends of Andy Olson.
When you need the job done, you want the powerhouse of engineering, reliability, and value that is Kubota. And right now, during Kubota's 40-year strong celebration, you can get 0% APR financing on select new B-Series tractors with a premium diesel engine, mid-PTO, and hydrostatic transmission. Join the Kubota movement. Go to Kubota.com or see Lynn Benton Tractor in Silverton or Tangent. Kubota is 40 years strong, serving the American dream. And Lynn Benton Tractor is still doing business the American way.
The news you need, smart talk, and just enough sports. That's what you'll get from News Talk 1580, KGAL.
Hey, this is Valley Talk, and pizza is the talk of the day. Jack-o'-lantern pizza. In fact, we got one in the studio, and in 6.5 minutes, we are going to be chowing down on it. Wish you were here to enjoy it with us. But tell you what, you can stop by Papa Murphys in Albany and pick one up by yourself. So what is the cost of the Jack-o'-lantern pizza, Beth?
$7 for large.
Okay. We were talking about something during the commercial break that really caught my attention, and we're talking about s'mores pizza.
We are, yeah.
Are we serious about this?
We are. It is
chocolate
very
in pizza?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was this your idea, a chemistry major
no,
idea?
No, it's not. No, unfortunately. It's pretty fantastic. We take our fresh dough, braid chocolate chips into it, put some more chocolate chips on it, put some marshmallows and our crisp topping on it, and you just take it home and you
sit around a campfire.
Yeah,
I haven't baked on a campfire yet, but it comes out perfect out of the oven, and it is very tasty.
Wow.
It's a perfect follow-up to any pizza, let alone the jack-o'-lantern.
Oh my gosh!
And it's not dessert; it's a pizza with chocolate and stuff in it.
I mean, it doesn't have sauce or cheese on it, but it's on our pizza crust, and
I see.
So
okay.
It's quite good.
It's a good follow-up for a pizza dinner.
Yes, definitely.
You know, it is Halloween, and they have a screaming good deal going on.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, on, I think, starting Friday the 26th, we're going to be doing the jack-o'-lantern as well as that s'mores dessert pizza. Both of them together, just $10. So stop on by and...
It's called what?
Scream of a Deal.
Scream!
Okay.
Scream of a deal.
Cue the sound effects. There you go. Order online is also something you can do at Papa Murphy's. You want to talk to us about that?
It's not happening quite yet. They're pushing it through right now. All the stores are getting their online ordering terminals set up right now. We're not entirely sure when the start date's going to be, but you're going to be able to go online, just click on what you'd like, order it on up, and then we'll have it ready and waiting for you in the store.
Sounds good. And we're taking
alive. It's alive.
Yes, it is. We're taking video of this right now. Check us out on the website. You've got to see what this jack-o'-lantern pizza looks like. Go to KGAL.com later this afternoon. The video of what we do will be put up, much to the...
Well, something you need to know is the secret's in the dough.
It is.
Fresh dough.
Fresh dough.
You need to know that.
They mix and make every day at Papa Murphy's.
Go to school to learn how to knead the dough.
I need the dough.
and that's true,
we
right?
take a lot of pride in our crust, and we, the people that we have doing that, we have a person, Aubrey, who's in charge of that group, and she's there Monday through Friday, and we have a lot of consistency with having the same people do it, and on the weekend we have the same people doing it. It's not like a new person every day in there making that dough. It's that important to us that it's done right every time, no shortcuts, and I think that's what's made us successful, is paying attention to that bottom crust.
Good. Now you and your husband, how long were you farming?
Oh, my husband's family have been in the farming business for 122 years.
Really? And how long were you farming?
Well, I grew up on a wheat and cattle ranch in eastern Oregon.
Where at in eastern Oregon?
Arlington.
Oh, up north.
Yes.
Is that where they grew and cultivated pizzas?
Oh, no. That's some days.
Arlington, Oregon.
Yeah. Compare pizza making with farming. What do you like better?
Pizza is a cash crop.
Nice. No hay fever.
Yeah.
There you go. And you get to eat it right away.
Yeah.
You don't have to send it off to the store and have you make it.
It's been interesting because my husband, was something for me to do. And it grew, certainly we'd hoped that we would make some money at it and would enjoy it. And we've certainly enjoyed it and done well with it. We actually were to the point where we had 3 stores. We opened a store in Junction City, and we opened the store in Santa Clara, which is Eugene. And we had those 3 stores for, I don't know, 8, 10 years, something like that. And it was a lot of driving. And I didn't feel connected with the employees. And
so you like having your own store better?
I remember being in the Albany store, and I was standing there making pizzas, and a gal that I hadn't met yet who was working for us, she looked over at me, and I think she was impressed with how well I was doing because I was new to her. And she goes, how long you been here? And I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know my employees that well, then do I?
That's like that show where the boss goes undercover.
Yes.
Undercover boss.
Do you cook pizzas every day? Do you work at the store?
Not anymore.
Okay.
With Britt and Stephen here, they're in charge.
Absentee owner just kind of handed it on, let you do the job. That's great.
Right away.
Wow.
Just let the kids do it.
Yep. They do a great job.
Stephen and Britt, congratulations on your getting married. Where were you married at?
Paradise Springs.
Okay.
It's a little outside of Monroe.
All right. You recommend married life?
So far.
Good so far. Okay, good.
And
cool.
what's your favorite pizza?
Good question.
My favorite is the herb chicken Mediterranean delight.
Wow, that's my son's favorite. Him and his wife, they love that.
That sounds really good. You don't have it in your pocket, do you? Okay. Maybe next time. Today we're feasting on the jack-o'-lantern pizza. Okay, Stephen, what's your favorite?
Well, I've actually got some food allergies, so I kind of make my own pizzas. I kind of get all the toppings on the side and then bring them home and kind of put them together.
So that brings up a good point. Do you custom make pizza?
That might be a product here.
Yes.
Yeah, if,
so for people
if
like
somebody has any food allergies or anything like that, we're more than happy to leave off whatever they might be allergic to, or put everything on the side if they want to put their own sauce on it or anything like that. So,
truly made to order.
Yes, it is.
Hey, we're about ready to wrap up the show, so Papa Murphy's, check it out in Albany for pizza, jack-o'-lantern pizza special. How much is the jack-o'-lantern pizza?
$7.
$7.
Wow.
Get them while they're hot. And we're going to be enjoying this one here in a little bit. Do want to remind you, tomorrow coming up on Valley Talk, we're going to be, I was in Bend, Oregon recently talking to the Bend Ventures Conference. What are investors looking at for businesses today? And then Wednesday, we'll take a look at the Lebanon mayor's race. Both candidates in the studio right here on Valley Talk. Don't miss it. I'm Dave Adams. Enjoy your pizza. Goodbye.
Locally owned and operated, this is the very independent News Talk 1580 KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
CBS News, I'm Harley Carnes.